What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chop It Up with Monte. I'm your host, Monte Corleone. Now, a little bit about this show since it's the first episode. This show is mostly about music, hip-hop culture, and anything that's going on in the news regarding hip-hop. Now, I know y'all heard about everything that's going on with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane. Funny, but not really. But anyway, let's dive into it, right? So, I just want to let y'all know, I'm not picking no sides. I like Gucci Mane, I like Pooh Shiesty, and was really waiting on Pooh Shiesty to come out with a new album because of that hit FDO. Was it FDO? Yeah, it was FDO, first day out, for sure. But it was lit, it was hard. Like, I love the song, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to see what was next with Pooh Shiesty. But to go back a little bit, you know, I wanted to dive into what happened, which I'm pretty sure all of y'all know about. You know what I mean? It was a robbery, right? And so apparently Pooh Shiesty held Gucci Mane at gunpoint with Big 30 at the door, and a few other associates were helping, assisting the robbery, right? Quote unquote. But anyway, while they were robbing Gucci Mane, there were allegedly two other white men there, right? One was choked almost to unconsciousness and stuff like that. But this is allegedly, right? So most people are saying, oh, Gucci Mane a snitch, Gucci Mane this, Gucci Mane that, right? But at the same time, he don't have to snitch, right? He don't have to snitch because you got two other people that got their stuff stolen and was assaulted, right? But at the same time, we want to look back a little bit. Let's take it back a bit when Pooh Shiesty was in jail, right? So he was in jail and he put out a song called Federal Contraband. Now, it was a lot of stuff that he said in Federal Contraband, and I wanna highlight a few things that was bleeped out. Like, there were a few names that were bleeped out, or maybe even just one, but they bleeped it out. So I was always wondering, like, who was bruh talking about? Who was he talking about in this song, right? Because I know he wasn't talking about Big 30. Big 30 was already talking about how he was always there for Pooh Shiesty. He was at the court dates and all this nonsense, right? So we kind of figure it wasn't Big 30, but you know how it go when you in jail. You never know who's there for you and who's not. But apparently Big 30 was there for him. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to note that he was already feeling some type of way while he was locked up, right? But also you had to take into account Scar, Big Scar. That was his cousin. It was his blood cousin, right? So a lot of things were mishandled when Big Scar passed away. R.I.P. Big Scar. But when you are locked down and you got a family member, I'm gonna put your feet in Pooh Shiesty's shoes, right? You got a cousin that's on the same label as you, probably because of you, right? And he passes away, and then you end up getting calls from your family and stuff like that, and you like, but damn, like, what the fuck? Like, I know he ain't being played like this, right? It's always two sides to a story. But when you locked up and you behind them bars and you getting these stories, yeah, you gonna feel some type of way. And if you a street dude, you already know how that play. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to talk to the other person. You like, man, fuck all that. So of course, if this played a part in what occurred, y'all gotta take into account, bro was pissed. He was pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then you go back to those videos of Gucci Mane. He couldn't wait for Pooh Shiesty to get out of jail. He couldn't wait for him to come home. But it seems like it couldn't wait for him to come home to capitalize on his new things, his new ventures, right? We don't really know if he was waiting on Pooh Shiesty to get out because that's his homeboy, right? We don't know that. And apparently not. You know, when you go back some more, when you go back and Pooh Shiesty's talking about how when Gucci Mane when he was getting ready to sign him and how he called him, and he really wanted to be on 1017 because he looked up to Gucci Mane and stuff like this. When you get betrayed and you feel betrayed, man, ain't no telling what you gonna do. So you gotta take all of these things into account when you are making a decision about what side you gonna pick, right? If you gonna pick Gucci Mane's side, if you gonna pick Pooh Shiesty's side, like, come on, man. Like, really, that's why I say I'm not picking no sides, because there ain't no side to pick, you know. And now we got this thing where people being released from jail, right? And like Big 30, it was a news clip about him being released from jail and stuff like that, because there is no case for real. They don't have a case because they don't have any evidence that this really happened. They don't have any cell phone data or any, well, they do have cell phone data. Let me step back a little bit. They do have cell phone data, but it's the locations where everybody was at. Pooh Shiesty wasn't even supposed to be there. And let me tell y'all this, I literally made this episode and had to delete it because it was so much shit that was coming out, and I was like, I can't just remake this episode. The episode was dope as fuck, but it was surface level shit, right? Now we know way more stuff, you know. So now that people are being released from jail, right? You got Big 30 and maybe some other associates of Pooh Shiesty that got released from jail, and they're like, ain't no evidence, right? There's no cell phone video, there's no video or anything that can corroborate this story. So there were two white men that were Gucci's associates, right? And then there was Gucci Mane. All right. Now, they don't really have any evidence, but at the same time, everything is going to hang on Gucci's testimony, apparently, because you got two other men that were in this situation that could possibly testify. However, Gucci will have to testify. Now, I see a lot of people talking about, oh, the old Gucci would have did this, the old Gucci would have did that. Y'all need to remember, this is not old Gucci. Old Gucci didn't have a wife that he can go and talk to and say, man, I just got robbed, I'm finna go to the streets. Wifey gonna be like, no, you're not. Especially a businesswoman like Keisha, I don't know her personally, but at the same time, from what I have heard from Gucci and other folks, she's a businesswoman, right? So if he goes and talks to her, he like, yeah, this happened. She probably like, okay, call the lawyer. The white folks probably already done called the police, right? Like, they already done hit the phone like, oh my God, we got robbed. So, and then dude went to the hospital because there's pictures of his neck and stuff like that, right? So 9 times out of 10, when he went to the hospital, they called the police. Right? So you got to take these things into account, right? So all in all, I just wanted to make this episode to tell y'all, don't pick no sides, man. Don't pick no sides, and stop talking about, look, all right, I just had to think about it. So check this out. You got all these people talking about, oh, Pooh Shiesty mama Shiesty is out here snitching on her son. Man, that video that y'all are passing around came out when Pooh Shiesty was coming home. That was that video. I saw it because like all the Pooh Shiesty fans, I was following up on when he was being released, when music was coming out, all of that, right? But I saw that video a long time ago. She was happy for her son getting out, and all y'all think that, I guess y'all think that she's saying some subliminal things in there. She might have been, but this was a minute ago. This isn't like she put this video out yesterday and she's talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to kill that, man. All this internet shit, and y'all be reposting shit and making y'all own narratives and shit. That shit is retarded. But anyway, I just want y'all not to pick a side, because Gucci has every right to testify. Bruh ain't in the streets no more. You know what I'm saying? Bruh ain't in the streets no more. Pooh Shiesty ain't even in the streets no more. That's the crazy thing about it. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, for him to be in the position that he is, that he's in, and to see this is crazy to me, man. I was waiting on the album, looking at the videos that the interviews that he's done, man. He was talking, well, he was talking good shit. He was talking about changing his life and not going back to jail, but nigga, you're back in jail, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, for doing something like this is crazy, bro. And you could fuck around and just lose your whole career for this simple thing. So, but like I said, this video is for y'all to not choose a side. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, Pooh Shiesty was up to his shiesty ways again. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, nigga, his name Pooh Shiesty. You gotta live up to the name. Shouldn't have to, but that's him. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to leave y'all with this one quote. You know, I literally saw it and was like, I gotta use this for the episode. So there's only one rule to the streets. There are no rules to the streets. That's the rule. Ain't no fucking rules. You know what I'm saying? So all y'all niggas that be sitting there saying like, man, no women and children. Bruh, that shit was a old, not even a rule. That shit just something that we used to go by. Like, I'm an 80s baby, so that's something that we used to go by. Like, we used to go by certain rules and shit like that. But dog, that shit is gone. Ain't no more rules to the street. So y'all need to know, ain't nothing wrong with Gucci testifying, because he ain't in the streets no more. Pooh Shiesty did something to him, and he might go ahead and tell. Like he said on the video, he ain't no snitch, but at the same time, he ain't really even gotta do it. You got other folks that can do it. The other folks that got assaulted as well. They can do it. So, all in all, don't pick no sides. Is Gucci wrong for testifying? Will Gucci be wrong for testifying? Do y'all think Pooh Shiesty gonna beat this? Y'all let me know in the comments. If y'all like this video, if y'all subscribe to what I'm giving y'all, my opinion about what's going on, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, everything. And I'll catch y'all on the next video. I'm out.